Hey, all you heroes and villains out there. We got some really cool news from Marvel this week about the timeline of all the TV shows and the movies and how they all line up. And I'm sure we've all got some pretty strong opinions about it. So stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Our go-to theme song here.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's that good. So.
Still to this day.
Yep.
Hey everybody. I am filling in for Christian today as lead host of the panel. I'm Michael Shirley. You can find me at Michael X Shirley on Twitter and Instagram. And tell everybody your lovely names.
Yes. Hey, how's it going? My name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's Karidlane.
And I'm Erica J. Green. You can find me on all social media at Erica Jaye Green.
Well, this week is a pretty cool week for Marvel TV Weekly because we're getting all of our movies and our TV shows kind of synced up pretty soon. On Screen Rant, one of the heads of the Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, announced that there would be a timeline coming really soon for all of us to know how the movies sync up, what started when, what started after, because lots of times when we see all these movies, like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we see that the aftermath, they have to clean up after this stuff, and we don't really know for sure. We have like hints. You know, if you really are a big fan and you're paying attention, you can piece some things together, but it will be nice to have something that's like definitive.
Yeah. Perfect for me, who's like a virgin, a Marvel's virgin, when I first got into this world.
You like the movies, though.
I do like the movies, but the shows, you remember
How
y'all were telling me,
shows
that I watched.
Yeah, now you're going to know how that works.
Well, even getting ready for the new movies is kind of fun to revisit the old ones. So to watch them in chronological order, you know.
The thing for me, I'm wondering where the continuity is going to start and where it's going to stop. Because, you know, we have like several Hulk movies. Like we have the old Eric Bana Hulk movie.
They'll be like, forget
like,
certain ones of these didn't happen.
Yeah, it makes me think of Fantastic Four. The latest one, I mean, we've had 2 or 3 renditions of the Fantastic Four, but the latest one, it seemed like everyone kind of wanted to retcon, kind of pretend it wasn't there, that it never happened.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that will play a part in this or not. What do you ladies think?
Maybe it'll be listed as their, like, alternatives. Like, you'll have a regular timeline, they'll be like, and these exist somewhere.
With their favorites on it, like at the favorite.
Little asterisk, be like, yeah, these were excluded for various reasons, but here they are. Maybe you can put them there.
Like, yeah. Well, I was reading Spider-Man Homecoming and Captain America are supposed to take place in 2020. And that's, I mean, I feel like it's kind of important because when you think about shows like S.H.I.E.L.D. and maybe not so much like the Netflix universe, but it seems like those things are more tied in, and I definitely get like a feel of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from Inhumans.
Right.
Definitely
and
feels like
S.H.I.E.L.D.
the
for
same
sure.
vein, whereas like The Gifted, I'm like, are they in the same timeline? I don't think.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to bring up because we have. Oh, hi everyone. I'm
What is that voice?
I'm
Tony
Anthony.
B. D-E-D?
Yeah,
Tony B. D-E-D?
Tony B. Dead. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I was wondering that too because there are 2, in a sense, Marvel universes because we have the Fox universe with Logan and Deadpool and the X-Men. I guess the X-Men verse, and then we have the MCU, which is like the Marvel Cinematic Universe that comes in with Avengers and. Also with the shows on Netflix and stuff.
Yeah, I've never felt really like the shows on Netflix tie in with the movies.
No, I feel they're kind of separate.
So
What
how are
about
they
you?
going to match them up? That's what I'm wondering. Are they going to match them up? Do they have the specific, like, how they match them up, even with the double shows? Like, you know how there's, like, a whole bunch of Fantastic Fours. Do they already know that they matched them up with this certain one, this group and stuff like that? Or is it just something they're going to try to just throw together?
I think that's when you go into subcategories within the category. For like the MCU, there's Marvel, and there's the movie universe, and then there's also TV, but the TV is related to the movie universe. Because all the shows for Jessica Jones and everything on Netflix is related and is canon in the universe of the movies.
It doesn't feel like it, though.
Right.
It feels like a big difference.
They feel like they're in their own world, so it's like so satisfying when Defenders happen because then it's like all these Marvel shows of Netflix get together.
Well, they do mention some of the characters in the Avengers in all the Netflix shows. Very rarely, but they'll do like a little shout out. But we've also got shows like Legion, which are like just a totally different feeling than everything. And we've got
Gifted and
the Gifted doesn't really feel like that to me.
Like it's in the Logan timeline, like before or like slightly after when Logan happens.
It's got a little of an X-Men feel to me, like kind of.
But the mutants aren't like okay. It's not the world where we haven't gotten rid of them yet. But they're still kind of around in the underground, so it makes me feel like it's around the Logan time period.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yes.
How important do you think it is, like, for us to? I mean, like people I don't think really have complained about it, but it is kind of nice, I guess, to have. Do you think do you think it could cause more problems just trying to stick everything in everywhere, trying to make an explanation for everything?
They can leave it open for interpretation. Like for me, I think it's awesome. I got excited when you text me about it earlier. I was like, yes, finally, I know how to watch them. It gives me like a little thing to follow, like a map.
Start over.
Cool.
That's gonna take a while.
Well, for new people, it's great because then it's like you're starting off on the right course. But for maybe people who've already seen it, it's not going to matter.
Well, they don't have to, they don't even have to follow it.
No, you don't even have to.
Yeah.
But it, like, for me, S.H.I.E.L.D. was one that I felt connected so much to MCU. So that would be nice to know. Episode this, when this happened, that's about when this movie is available. Kind of idea.
Yeah.
Like, that would be more the specifics that would be kind of cool. Because S.H.I.E.L.D. references so much of the other things going on. But yeah, like Legion, no, that's like its own little bubble. The Netflix Marvel ones are kind of their own. They reference, but
some way they're gonna have to address these little bubbles.
Yeah.
Well, that was why I was wondering, if this could cause this whole other set of rules. Like, oh, is this like real? Is this in the future? Is this like Earth 2 or whatever? Like that.
I think what I'm thinking, I think it ultimately comes down to the companies behind the universes, because it's Fox, Sony, and then there's Marvel, Disney. Like I think that's the defining way to separate those two universes. Although they are a part of the Marvel universes, it comes down to the companies who own the rights to those universes.
True.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Or, it would be nice to have a definitive voice on the timeline. Like, for us who've watched it, we're probably not going to be, oh, no, the timeline's wrong of when I watched these.
Right.
No, but it'd be kind of cool with the authoritative voice going, this is when they're supposed to be, and then we can, okay, cool.
I mean, that there are so many doubled up movies, like Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, the Hulk, and like all these, even Captain America from the 70s. Like, I feel like there will have to be a point where they're going to start and where they're going to stop.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm wondering where that's going to be.
I was just wondering, as far as like the new shows, like you were talking about Legion and Gifted, are they lining them up to make them fit in somewhere down the future? Because Marvel's is obviously going to go on for forever because it's such a huge chain, and it has to evolve in some type of way. I mean, so are they trying to line them up to make them fit into this universe more? Or?
I feel less so with the shows. More with movies, less with shows.
Well,
Because if you watch Legion, you're almost... That show is really hard to pin down what time period it is. Because you're is this old? Is this new? I'm not sure. Doesn't matter.
I think fans are still going to squawk about it no matter what's going on.
Always.
And well, the X-Men have done this as well, kind of, with the X-Men movies. And they change a timeline.
Yeah.
So... I don't know, maybe we'll have several timelines within a timeline.
Exactly.
Poor Erica.
You know what would be amazing?
What is it, Tony?
Is Thanos would use his, I guess, his like glove of, I don't know what it is.
Bejeweled glove.
Infinity glove to just like join the two Sony and Disney Marvel timelines together. And why not just throw Star Wars universe in there too? Why not just bring it all together?
Well, Disney owns the Star Wars and Marvel.
Well, I vote to get rid of, like, Tobey Maguire.
He was a good Spider-Man.
The first one was good.
I loved those movies, but I never liked him as Spider-Man.
Didn't buy him as Spider-Man.
I was like, he's dorky, but he's not that
the right kind of dorky. No, it's a different kind. And the problem is, like, with the newest one, I was super skeptical at first of that kid. I was like, I don't know.
I like him.
But after you see it, you're like, oh, he's perfect. I don't imagine anyone else. And he's exactly like young and kind of dorky and fun,
He's
and
cute,
then
yeah.
but the other ones I don't think they were bad. They're
You're
just
such a
not
big
quite
fan
right.
of Spider-Man. Did you like Tobey Maguire more than Andrew Garfield before this new guy came along?
If only because Tobey Maguire was the first like major Spider-Man movies, and I felt it was like, again, the first one, yes, totally was fine with it, and then he gets all weird emo, and then you're like, oh, this movie's so hard to watch. And so,
I love
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane.
I did like her as
Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Not Emma Stone. No, she wasn't Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Oh, she was.
Wait. Emma Stone was
just
in
has
the
hair.
Andrew Garfield
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Totally different.
They were
Well, speaking of Marvel movies, I know we're not Marvel Movie Weekly, but we did get some pretty big trailers that just dropped since we last was on air with you guys. We got Black Panther today, which looks really,
amazing.
really good.
Looks great.
It looks really
Yeah.
good. All of the artwork, or not artwork, like the poster artwork was really cool. You got to see all the people, and I
Yeah.
always like it when you get to see like the cast forefront, and it kind of looks like the Thor Ragnarok poster. I think we're pulling it up now.
I think it's pretty amazing that they've only had, trailers out a while-ish, but not terribly long time for Black Panther. But people have been doing amazing cosplay for that already on just like little short trailers that you're like, how did you do that?
We hate the trailers.
You know?
These little fake trailers.
Little tiny trailer, and they still get these amazing outfits. And there's
Yeah,
photos
yeah.
from
Oh,
New
that
York
looks
Comic Con, and
great.
so it's like, yay, cosplayers nailing it so early.
Well, you can really see they're trying to bury Fantastic Four Human Torch here, because we've got Michael B. Jordan, in this movie, not as
You better
Johnny
get you
Storm.
two franchises.
Well,
You better
Ryan
get that
Reynolds.
money.
Yeah,
two
and
superheroes.
yeah, I've got a real problem
And
with that.
Chris
Yeah.
Chris Evans, of
Yeah.
course. It's like if you're gonna play the Human Torch, you automatically get a pass to play another Marvel character.
Yeah, apparently they're like,
So yeah, it's like Fantastic Four is like, I don't know, maybe it is a good thing. Maybe it keeps
wait,
you
Ryan-
around. Like if
Ryan
they don't want
Reynolds
to
was
make
DC
sequels
and
for
Marvel
you.
then, right? So
Who?
Ryan Reynolds was DC and then Marvel because
Oh,
he was
he's
Green
all
Lantern.
kinds of messed
Yeah.
up. He's in Blade. He's in
Green Lantern.
Green.
You're like,
We
let's
all
forget
did
that
a little
one.
noise.
That movie. But you know what? That movie
funny.
like made a happy man of him. He ended up marrying his co-star,
Oh yeah.
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Which is total step up from Alanis Morissette in my opinion, but that's
Yeah.
me.
Have you guys seen this meme before?
What? I can't read it. What's it
says
say?
the Marvel Cinematic Universe giving Human Torch actors a second chance since 2011.
See? There you go. Well, I will
Yes.
say that I really liked the first Fantastic Four movie. We had our
I like the first one.
yeah with Chris Evans, and we had our girl Maria Menounos in that movie, who was his love interest. I don't know if you guys remember.
I have to go back and watch that.
Yeah,
I'm
Maria
definitely-
What's one
played
of
like
those
his
things
nurse
of
or
knowing
whatever.
information after, but you didn't know
Yeah.
then, so then you're
Yeah,
like, oh.
yeah. Yeah, she was on that movie.
Only thing
or
I
in
didn't
that
like
movie.
is that it was more in the second one, I think. But Jessica Alba, how they did her hair, it was like her skin tone and her hair became the same color, and I was like, like,
Y'all are
can
so
we get
picky.
better?
Oh,
hair
I
day?
am. Oh my god.
there we
I
go.
like.
Especially with costume.
No, yeah. No.
What?
Yeah,
You
there's,
better
is,
get
that Maria? Is there
it.
Maria?
You better get
Yeah, that's the
it.
one with Maria.
That looks like her, yeah.
Yeah.
You can
How
tell
fun.
her by her face. Like, she's Tony. Jesus.
He was looking.
Tony-
He was looking.
Tony.
Well, if he Google searched and then that popped up, maybe that's.
But you just
I'm
showed
giving
me.
you a hard time.
You just showed me that new Mutant trailer, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't like scary movies,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm definitely interested in
New
seeing
Mutants
this.
look so
Yeah,
good.
it's not our job to talk Marvel movies, but we
We
got to
do
talk
all the
about
time.
the fact that New Mutants movie is coming out, and that
So
looks
creepy.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
If you guys like horror movies, you're definitely going to be a fan of what they're doing with this one. It's going to be a trilogy, which I don't really know if how they're going to position this, if it's going to be a trilogy of just New Mutants movies, or if it's just going to be a trilogy of horror movies, and we're starting with this team.
Oh, I like both options. Get excited with that.
Yeah.
Somebody on the comments was all upset of like, well, it's not very Marvel-esque. I'm like, no, this is great to change it up to do a different kind of
Marvel-esque.
genre.
Yeah, I don't think.
Internet
Also
people.
different.
I mean, going back to like the timeline stuff, I don't think they all need to feel the same.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we don't always feel the same every day, and you find that in comic books, like, you know, when you change a volume, it'll have a different tone than it might have done like 7 to 10, 20 years before. But yeah, I think it's cool to go this way with the New Mutants. They're kind of, I wasn't sure if they were like positioning them in kind of like this X-Men way, because I think online it was like advertising as X-Men : the New Mutants. But now, after seeing the trailer, it seems like they're just going the New Mutants.
Yeah, they're just mutants.
I'm sorry, I'm surprised it doesn't say Marvel's X-Men: The New Mutants.
Maybe they're trying to be detached, though, you know, because it is a different vibe, and they don't want to be associated.
I just think that's funny on all the Netflix
qualifiers?
Stuff is like Marvel's Defenders, Marvel's
Yes.
Iron Fist. It's like not Sony's Iron Fist.
I would like to know where you get this information, but Zayas in the chat room says New Mutants is going to merge eventually with Deadpool and his gang of mutants.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm guessing that happens in the comics. Maybe that's where he's getting that
I'm curious.
This kind of comes
If you
back
think they're actually going to do that in the movies.
Well, this kind of comes back to what you're saying. Are they setting things up? I think that if character like if you think of a character like Deadpool, everybody loves him. So if you've got something else going and those actors are kind of pulling their weight and the stuff is successful, they're only gonna make more money by combining them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that they're gonna like do this. I think Defenders was kind of a test for them to see how people did that. Like
That
how
was
they worked with
great.
that.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to see Quake in the Avengers. Like maybe not like in the Avengers.
Right, no.
But like
an assist.
in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assist.
Yeah. I
She
wouldn't
shows
mind
up
that.
briefly. She has a cameo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be nice. I don't know. I would kind of like to see more crossovers, but
Well, I was curious for Inhumans if they would have S.H.I.E.L.D. people, you know, like walking around. Like, I want more of that
It
idea.
seems
Because
the
they
same
should be
tone,
existing around
yeah.
the same time.
yeah.
Because they mentioned that they're like, this is going on Earth. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I felt
why
like-
couldn't they have a couple people?
Yeah, I feel like the
Yeah.
whole, well, not the whole Quake character, but a good, after they got like a season in, I think they realized we're going to use her to transition to this Inhumans thing. Because they've been talking about Inhumans for like the last 3 or 4 years, it feels
Yeah.
like. And now we're finally getting that. But it would be cool to see if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Inhumans meet up. I feel like they will, if Inhumans gets more than just this
Yeah, it feels
8
like the
episode
same
thing.
tone, you know, when
Yeah.
I'm watching both of those.
Actually, that was a kind of, speaking of tone, that's a question, since you guys are very excited about Inhumans versus The Gifted. They're tonally very...
We'll get to it.
No, but like, tonally, my question is, do you feel they're tonally different? And do you think that
The
affects...
Gifted and Inhumans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you feel that affects why you like one more than the other?
Yes.
I was gonna say I don't like one more than the other because
Okay.
when I'm watching The Gifted, I'm so into it because it's so action packed and it talks about a lot more on a different level than I feel in Human. But in Human, when I'm watching, it's just so entertaining.
Okay.
But yet, so it's
Feels
still
a lot more like a
I feel like
movie,
it can
too.
carry itself. Yeah, it's very just like doing its own thing, and they're two totally. It's hard to compare them, but yeah, I think they're both great shows. I can see how people can like The Gifted more than Inhuman. I mean, I know you're like,
Yeah,
no.
you're like, no. See, that's why I wanted to ask you. I want to hear your thoughts on that, too.
I love campy stuff, but I think that The Gifted's a little too campy for me. Like, and the
You
problem
feel
with
The
that.
Gifted is campy.
Yeah, and I think the
Campy.
problem with that is that it doesn't know that it's being campy.
Oh.
It's like maybe it's just bad acting. I don't know.
Okay.
You're hard on.
I am.
I could almost give you that. I don't feel it's campy, but I could see how you could dislike some of the acting.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't know.
I don't know. I have a problem with the physicality, but that's just a personal thing.
No, it could.
That's just a personal thing.
You're a viewer. You're one of the
Yeah,
people that they're
yeah.
reaching out to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really like the whole Strucker family. Like I'm like
The whole
send them-
family.
like let's get Blink to like open up a portal.
Just kick 'em out?
and push them into Hollywood into an acting class.
Oh.
And
You're so
and then we'll call the dad and tell them where they are, and it'll all be cool.
You're so Michael.
Is that not like the best idea that they've not had?
They're so relevant to like the whole story without us getting into it because I know some people haven't watched it. But like we were talking about, like the way they're setting up the show is so relevant to what's going on now. And just like even Mrs. Strucker having that realization, my privilege hasn't allowed me to see what's really going on. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't just go by the system. No, you know, finally.
It's a bit heavy-handed with the race, but more specifically mutants and humans versus real world. Well, I like how you mentioned it. I think you were saying it feels cinematic for Inhumans.
Yes.
Like
like you're watching a movie.
It has a very movie superhero vibe. Gifted feels more gritty.
Yeah, for sure. And like going back to our X-Men theme that was playing a little bit ago, I love.
Chat is like, nope. Cole and Prime says the Gifted isn't the least bit campy. And Zaya says bad acting is in both shows, although Scott Buck is to blame for Inhumans.
I don't mind the acting.
And disagrees that it's Gifted is not campy.
I don't. Well, I mean, we can all disagree.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
I don't think, like I said, I don't think the show's trying to be campy. Maybe I just can't take it seriously because I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, if it's not bringing you in that you care, so for.
I'm watching it. I mean, sometimes it was hard for me to get through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. some parts of the seasons.
Yeah.
But
100% agree. Some of that is
by
hard.
the end of the last season, I was happy again. So, I mean, you're not going to like everything all the time.
A long way to go.
You have a long way to go. You do. But stick with it. It's worth it.
Well, let's talk about Inhumans for a little bit. This week, or last Friday, everybody kind of had something crazy going on. We had a police chase with Medusa, a vet visit with Lockjaw, a romantic swim with Karnak, a mass murder with Maximus, and
things going on.
Bomb-ass time with Black Bolt, just blowing everything up. They're all just in the middle of it.
Yeah, I'm loving Medusa now. She's like, I don't need the hair to kick. Can we cuss kick ass?
Yes.
For later shows, fine. They say that on the radio now. You know.
I'm loving her now. She's like really holding on. She's like, I'm gonna find my man.
Yeah, like I loved her. The second she ended up on Earth, she was just like boom,
different. Yeah.
Like just kept going. Nothing's really stopped her.
I feel they're all a little bit stupid though. They know Earth exists, they know like customs and things a little bit because they seem aware. But then they get there and then they're still like wearing weird clothes or stealing things and going, "This is normal. This is fine. I'm rich. I'm from royalty. Nobody cares." And you're like, like I want a little bit more common sense with them, just a little bit.
They don't seem like they like really care too much for Earth. Like it's
no,
not
they're
like
just gonna do
like,
it and they don't care what happens afterwards.
It kind of feels like we're kind of like a lesser form of them. Like,
they don't care.
Like it seems like kind of like we're like not evolved. Like they're like, oh, you have to pay for things. Like okay, you know, like I do definitely get that from them, and that maybe that's a little campy, but I don't know. I like it. I just like it all, and I love it when Medusa and Black Bolt get together, and he's like, "Your hair," and she's like, "I didn't do it," you know. Well, you know, he didn't say.
I'm just curious how quickly it would grow back for her. Kind of thing.
I kind of think maybe it grow a little faster than normal people.
I kind of wondered that. I'm like, is she gonna have like, does her hair grow really fast, or is this gonna be like
bomb without it?
Is it gonna be months?
Craig gets a lot of haircuts, so it could be an Inhuman thing. It might grow faster. I don't know.
Please tell me that they're gonna figure out a way, working with the scientists, to help Black Bolt talk some type of way. Like he's gonna figure out something.
He does sign language.
And I love that they introduced that into
iPhone
the show.
app.
He does it.
I love that.
Yes, or have it on your phone. Yeah, talk to text.
Really?
Like just type it and it talks for you.
And he's doing so great with like conveying so much through his eyes and stuff. With the whole entire season, you're telling me he's never gonna say anything. There's no way that they can like figure out a way he can hone in and control it somehow, where he's not killing everyone and not this terrible force that's gonna,
He needs the X-Men to practice his skills and learn how to control his powers.
Has to be something.
Well, that's like wanting a blind person. Well, they gotta be able to see again. Daredevil has to live with it. He's blind, and Black Bolt can't talk.
That's just,
figure out a way around it.
When there's big trouble, he can talk.
I mean, it really hit me whenever he said, "With one whisper in your sleep, you can just disintegrate your wife." That's like terrifying.
You saw when he got tased and he was like, and it was like kaboom. Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah.
So
cool.
whoops. Yeah.
So I don't know. I just was hoping with working with the scientists, they might figure out something. I don't know.
Maybe.
I like their
Some
little
sort of
romance.
like collar on him or affects his vocal cords.
Yeah, I know what I get where you're going with this, like a slight fluctuation.
Just
like
something.
Yeah,
a-
some-
I don't know. It would definitely not on my top 10 list of superpowers to have.
No, it's a very complicated one.
Yeah.
But then again, like, I've thought that, would you guys take the, like, roulette of getting powers? Like, if you know, you could do, if right now someone could be like, you
Oh, I
can
would
be immune.
definitely take the powers. I don't care what it
But
is.
you know how horrible some
What if
can
you
be.
change
I know,
into
right?
like an orange?
The blob
Yeah,
or something, you know.
You never know what it's gonna be. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I would do it. Yeah,
You
I'm one of those
vigorous?
type of
Really,
people.
like,
though.
if the shows haven't taught you anything, be happy with being yourself.
I'm a wild
This is
thing. No, I would do
risk
it.
it to get a power, you know.
Yeah, I would do it. Just end up like being like on fire my whole life. Like maybe.
I
Who
would do
knows?
it.
I don't
I'd
know.
take the risk.
Erica?
I don't know. It just seems like a lot. They have so many more issues. It's like more money, more
No,
problems.
okay, we're not
more
talking.
powers, more problems.
We're not talking about real
We
world
need to make that into a
existing.
T-shirt for the show.
It's more powers, more responsibility.
Yeah.
Powers, no problems.
I'm thinking more literally, would you want to be able to have powers, but more the downside would be is if you got stupid powers or
Yeah, I wouldn't
something
want
that
wings
disfigured
or
you,
anything like
Yeah.
that.
or
Yeah.
But you're taking that chance, though. That's what
yeah,
you're saying.
exactly.
We're doing the pterogenesis.
well, because there was a
so-
character in Shield, which she's not there yet, so we won't spoil it, and they get powers and they're not thrilled because it physically changes them.
I could imagine. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it in
Or like
test scores,
Mystique.
so I'm not-
That was
Yeah,
kind of hard
she
for her.
wasn't happy about that either.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'll just stick.
Leave
to
comments down below. Would you risk it for powers?
I would do it. I would absolutely do
I
it.
risk it for power.
Yeah, B-Lou says yeah.
Yeah.
We all have fun with that.
Well, the one thing that did bother me about the Inhumans episode this week is like when it's all over and they meet up and they're back together again and they're like driving off away and like Mortis, the big guy with the helmet thing that's like fire, he has like a fire face or something. Why didn't they back over him and then like drive over him?
They're not
and
about
then
killing
back
or
over him
something. I don't
again,
know.
and I would have just ground him out like a cigarette butt. Like
Or Black Bolt could have just disintegrated all of them when they took
Because
off.
that'd be too easy.
I don't know. I thought that they were just not about killing
That's one
people,
thing
like-
I learned from Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel, like always back over the guy you hit with the car.
In that case, yes.
I don't know. That really did bother me. So I was like, you've been through all this to find your husband, and you can't just hit reverse. Like, I don't know.
Oh, there's so many times it's similar in like
Fight or flight. What are you gonna do in the moment?
it's other superheroes too. They're like, I'm not gonna kill this bad guy because I don't kill people, and then the bad guy gets away and then kills a bunch of people, and you're like, whoops, maybe you should have done something.
The Inhumans don't see. I don't really know if I have a clear view of what their moral ethics are. I
Good
don't think
question,
they're
yeah.
like probably like good
Yeah.
for the most part.
Because Black Bolt could have got
but
out of jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also enslave the people
Oh, yeah.
on
Yeah.
the
That one.
moon that like don't have any powers, which is pretty messed up.
Yeah.
It's like slavery. So I don't
Okay,
really
wait.
know.
I do have a thing with that is just because that guy is such a horrible character on Game of Thrones.
Your favorite Maximus.
It's so good. I mean, you mean the
Wait, have
horrible
you watched
character?
Game of Thrones?
Yes, I watch every single.
Hate
you
him.
mean the
Hate him.
actor or the character?
Like you
It's synonymous
you
now.
hate
It's
him
together.
because, like you
Oh,
like
I
him, you
can't.
hate him, but you
No,
or you like you
I'm just
hate
I
it,
don't
everything
care
about him.
everything about it because the
It's like how I
problem.
feel with Amy Acker. Yeah, go on.
See, the problem
goes
with
deep.
his
Get there.
character in Inhumans is like he's not wrong in terms of defending the people and like you guys are slaves and we need to move forward. I'm a poor human and like they don't treat us the same way. That's fine. But I can't stand him and he's such an a-hole that I was like, your message is diluted. So I would almost want an actor that I
You
kind
are
of.
upset.
Oh, yes. I
Go on.
I think he's so.
But I would want an
phenomenal.
actor where you kind of like them so you would feel conflicted to be, because he plays such a bad guy, that this guy, I'm like, you're only bad. I want a character, I would have wanted an actor where I'd be like, oh, you have a really good point, but you're going against our heroes, like the main characters, and like feel more conflicted about it. But this, I'm just like,
because you've seen
I
it
don't
before.
trust you. Oh, even in the show, he's the same creepy, I'm gonna molest you face, and like, I'm just
Cut
gonna
all your
kill you.
hair off.
And he's like, "Ugh," and you've made me do this. That's the most BS answer ever. Of like, you made me do it. No, they
I've never
didn't.
seen Game of Thrones, so I do not know his character. I'm sure everyone out there is like,
You're
I've
really
never seen
horrible
that.
on there. But I think he, as Maximus, it's a little bit different. Like, in
But
the
you know they
beginning-
cast him because like,
Yeah, he's good with his eyes. That's what I've noticed. He's good.
Oh,
with
yeah?
maybe I'm gonna rape you eyes.
No.
Yes, that's what they are. Medusa, I'm so
didn't-
ready.
And there weren't some parts in Inhuman where when he was, rebelling and doing all this kind of stuff that he didn't look like he was kind of sorry for it, like he wasn't hesitant.
Nope.
No, I saw that in it, and I was like, you know what, Maximus?
Don't trust that mofo
I'm here
at
for
all.
you right now. I'm here
At
for
all.
you.
She
right
loves him.
I mean, I
She
just,
do.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I thought that, and I've seen Game of Thrones, so I know what you mean. That character is horrible.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me. But I think with Maximus, he does convey a little
He
bit
does the
of
same kind of
remorse.
acting though too. Same guy. That's the
Y'all
other
get
problem
so
too, because it's the
jaded,
same
though.
kind
Well, if
of
you're
thing.
watching, take a tip.
I feel like it goes a long way to like for it to say that his acting makes him hate you. Well, his acting makes you hate him.
That means he's great.
Yeah,
No.
pretty
But
much.
I think
There's a-
she's like over that.
Yeah,
like,
I just don't
just
care.
hate everything about
I
this
don't want him on
person.
screen. I don't want to watch it. Can I fast forward? Because there's like
right, I
a
love
love to
it.
hate. I don't think I've had many characters where you love to
No,
hate them.
there are a couple actors for me like that too.
And you're just like,
Moving on to The Gifted with Amy Acker, I
See,
find
why
it
did you
very,
do that?
very, very,
See,
very,
no,
very
that's
hard.
fine.
I cannot take her seriously.
that he has every good reason to.
I want to push her in Blink's portal. Like, I don't want her to not know where it's going.
But doesn't it work for the character?
The mom?
The character that she's playing, because you're a little bit annoyed that she's not getting
Yes
stuff,
and no.
right? Right.
We'll let him answer, and then I got follow up on that one.
Just her depth. I've never. When I was saying when I watched this, I wonder if she'll ever get powers, because she's probably getting like the most stressed. I mean, granted, she is like what, like a 40-something-year-old woman, but she
She's a
is
little
probably
late.
getting maybe what's like, who's to say she's had a stressful life? So maybe all of this stress might make her extra.
Trigger.
That would be
And the
exciting.
gift.
And then the dad would be like the only one
Yeah.
that like didn't like. I don't know.
Well,
If
then that
they'd
makes
made
the
her
question-
do something that I'd never seen her do before. She's
Okay.
always just kind of in the background, like, yeah, I'll help. Like
She
like
helped with the medical stuff. She went in there in the danger and everything and did that.
Michael told me you've been talking about her since we first started watching.
Well, then that's the question on if the mutants is a pure random mutation in the gene or if it is genetic. Like if either of the parents have
Well,
it, which we haven't
yeah, we're
quite gone
trying not.
into.
To, we don't really want to spoil too much for you guys in case you're watching this
spoiling yet.
live with us and you haven't watched The Gifted, which is already aired in the East Coast. But I don't know.
Well, we don't know if it's genetic yet.
We do run into another case of a mother and a daughter.
Yes.
And we know the little girl has the X gene that hasn't manifested itself, but then, we're not thinking it has anything to do with the mother, but then we see the mother. So that's kind of what got in my mind when I was like,
Sure.
I wonder
Yeah.
if like this like suburban, boring white lady is like gonna like have a big, and just
Maybe.
kaboom.
I think that'd be
the,
exciting.
The dad's hiding that he has powers. He just looks like he's hiding something, doesn't
You don't
he?
trust him.
He looks like he's
Ooh.
hiding something, doesn't he?
I don't know for him, but adding on to the mom's character and not spoiling anything, but I like that she gets, at least it's within one episode that her naivete gets addressed of
Yeah.
like, I think this is great. I'm going to use the system. And they're like, no, this is a bad plan. And then she later is like, you know what? You're right. I'm glad it's in one. So I hope by next episode
Yeah.
she learns the
No,
hard
she
way.
did. She apologized.
Yeah, but we'll see what she does
yeah.
next time. Like
We're
if you
still like we're only
But
3
there are
episodes into this show.
Yeah, but there are shows that draw that like, no, it's gonna work my way for like 10 episodes, and then you're just like, I want you to learn.
I don't like the acting of the Strucker family.
Fair enough.
That's my big problem with
Okay.
this show. But this is like a fairly new show, so 3 episodes in. I mean, I'm wanting to see Lauren be like a badass, but like, you know, that might happen by next season.
Yeah,
Or
I'm so mad that Chewie would go so hard on the mom, even though she actually tried to help. And you don't say anything about the son, who can't control himself.
He's
in
a bad
every
actor.
Situation. No, I'm not even the acting, the character. He can't control himself in every situation, using his powers in public, and they're already on the run. Like,
Yep.
this stupid stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one putting the family in the most danger. He's the one who started the family in the
well, at
danger.
least he's like saving them. Like he got the cab fare.
Yeah, with the coins. Oy.
Yeah.
I was like, really? You're going to take a while to scoop that
He
all
put them
up?
in danger in every situation. He's the reason why they're on the run.
Yeah, he's definitely
But
not
similar
making
thing-
this easier.
Okay, wait.
Exactly.
I'm all, wait, now I'm all fired up because we mentioned this when we were watching. Because they were like, okay, we need to train people so they can use their powers. This should be every single day. There should be mandatory training for everybody.
Yeah, you're pretty upset that they haven't had like a timeout to like let's.
And the
make a
kids too,
plan.
the Strucker
Yeah.
kids. I think I'd be like, anybody know how to like train? Is there training?
I
Can
mean,
we help
honestly,
this?
what else are they doing
Yeah.
in this house?
Because the
holding up in
daughter
this house?
knows
Yeah.
because she's done it a few times, like and more.
Right.
She's had it longer, so she kind of knows, but she doesn't know the extent. So it's just like I don't need this to be so structured that it's like Xavier's school of like, okay, we're doing lessons at this
Yeah.
time, but
Yeah.
they should all be practicing at all times. You guys are on
The
the run.
Walking Dead in you.
Yes, they need to learn how to
You were
shoot,
so
and they
serious
need to.
about that.
Well, I will say, I know I've just been saying like all these mean things about the show. It's it's definitely not one of my favorites, but I do like Blink's character a lot.
She's
I
really
like it a
cool.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that actress, she was on Gotham not too long ago, which
She's
is
on Sucker Punch too.
yeah. Oh, so she is like an action actress. I
Mm-hmm.
get you. I definitely like her, and I like how she's portraying it. But I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to see what happens.
I knew it was going to be complicated, the thing that happens. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be awkward, and we'll see where it goes.
And I like that they pulled the Morlocks into it,
Mm-hmm.
which is like this kind of underground gang that you see a lot of in the X-Men cartoon when Jubilee's kind of on the run and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and they like all live underground, which is Dreamer, who we get to see how her memory
I want to know more of it, though.
things
Like, what?
work. She was in the Morlocks, so
I want to
when
know
I
more
went.
what she can do.
Yeah. Supposedly, she can put in memories and take them away, or just change them. So basically, can
She
just
can't.
like
Does she create them? Because it looked
She
like
can
she just
create
used
them
one.
Well,
that
'cause
for
she
change
gave her
them.
own.
her
add,
memory.
subtract.
But can she build
Distort.
purely a new thing, or does she have to take from her own? Because she said she gave one of hers.
In the comic books, she can just pretty much do whatever she
Okay,
wants with
cool.
your mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it's going to translate here.
Sure.
But I'm feeling, given that I've seen her on so many shows, Scandal, Revenge. What were the
I
other
haven't
shows
seen her in
we've seen
Scandal.
her?
Just yeah, and she was crazy.
She's been on a lot of shows, so I feel like she is going to be like a big part.
Do
of
you
this
Yeah.
know the
show.
backstory of what they were saying that what she messed up with whenever she put a memory in some other characters?
No, they didn't say what went wrong, but they listed people of
Yeah.
like this went bad. So we'll see. And
Got to test those powers.
actually, I was just thinking, not just power testing, they all need like self-defense stuff. Because her thing, she can't just fight people with that.
We need to call in the sheriff's office to train these, but then they just get arrested. These people don't have much of a fighting chance, do they?
No.
We'll see what happens, though. But the critics seem to be liking it.
I like it though. I hope
Yeah.
this doesn't make it sound like I don't. It's
Love
more
it.
like the realistic things you think about of like, come on guys, like,
I like it to get a little more edgy.
yeah, let's see more.
Yeah. So we'd love to know what you guys think, but we're all out of time for today. So check back with us next week. We'll have Christian back on the panel leading, and I'll be out, but Kari and Erica will still be with you guys. Tell them where they can find you on the interwebs.
Yeah, you guys can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KaridLane. And a quick little shout out, Espionage Cosmetics. I did these the other day and I realized they're kind of classic rogue colors. It's like green and like the gold. Yes.
Nice.
They're Demigod Glory is the,
Oh.
name, is the name of the wrap.
They're
But
cute.
yeah.
Very
Thank you.
Joss Whedon kind of a
You know, right?
sound of that.
Yeah.
That's very cute. You can find me, Erica J. Green. That's Erica Jaye on all social media.
And you can find me at Michael X Shirley on Twitter and Instagram, and IloveMichaelShirley.com. So be sure to check out all of our AfterBuzz after shows. We've got The Gifted, and we've got Inhumans, which you can get a full rundown with those panels. And see you next week.
See ya.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion. From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.